Hello and welcome, everybody. We are live from Fort Mill, South Carolina. You're in the zone. That is the TNA Wrestling Fan Zone. For your information, your previews, your news, and predictions all about TNA Wrestling. Now, let us welcome our TNA Wrestling Fan Zone superstars.
Whoa, whoa, we on the night. Yeah, come on, we on the night. Yeah, we on the night. That's right. Are you ready? Here we go. Let's get it started. Illuminate the darkness. You know who go the hardest. I roll out the red carpet. The night is strong and it belongs to us. Yeah. The time has come. Now raise them up. When we hit the streets, it's a main event. Like we landed on the moon. Nothing been the same since. Now let the limelight shine bright. We're in our prime at the time of our life. We on the night. Yeah. Hear us screaming louder. Can you see the fire in our eyes? Come on. We on the night. Walk among the giants in a den of lions. It's our time. That's right. We on the night. Whoa, whoa. We on the night. Whoa, whoa. We on the night. Living to the fullest like who dodged your bullets on racing. Car chasing, amazing. We everywhere, doing everything. Don't blink, you don't wanna miss a thing. Let's go. Living to the fullest like who dodged your bullets on racing. Car chasing, amazing. We everywhere, doing everything. Don't blink, you don't wanna miss a thing. We on the night. Yeah, we on the night. That's right. We on the night. We on the night. We on the night.
Hey, WWE Slam Zone Impact Wrestling Executive Vice President Scott D'Amore. And even though you have the initials WWE in your handle, still going to say thank you personally and very sincerely for ordering our Bound for Glory pay-per-view event on Fight TV. Look, you love wrestling. I love wrestling from all over the world, from all different companies, and you have so many choices. So I, myself, and everybody here greatly appreciate the fact that you chose to support Impact Wrestling and be part of a historic Bound for Glory event. We do not take the support and the trust from our fans lightly. So I'm so grateful that you chose to give us that opportunity to go out there and entertain you. I hope, and we all hope, that we rewarded your trust in us with that, and we sincerely hope that you'll continue to support us week in and week out as we travel down the road to Hard to Kill.
Stop my music, Eric. Cut it. Cut it, Eric. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Eric. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is the Impact Wrestling Slam Zone, and I am your host for the Bound for Glory 2020 review show. I am Fatback Greasy. I am the true King of England champion. I am your Greasy Revolution World's Heavyweight Champion of the world. One half of the leader of the Greasy Revolution, because all of you in England, my people, are the Greasy Revolution as well, because we're taking over England, and everybody in England loves the Greasy Revolution. Everybody loves Fatback Greasy. I am their champion. I am England's champion. I am the best England champion in the world. I'm the best wrestler in the world right now because I have beat everybody in England. That's why I have this. That's why I have the King of England Championship, and nobody can do anything about it. And Michael Scars, let me say this. Michael Scars, he comes on here and he said, "Oh, I beat Fatback at New Year's resolution." No, he didn't beat me. Y'all find out in the coming weeks when that verdict hits. Because when that Judge Orville, what he said was epic. So y'all have to tune in about a few weeks to see what that verdict is. But tonight is Bound for Glory night. Tonight is we review Bound for Glory 2020, headed into Turning Point, November 14th, next Saturday on the 14th. It's going to be great, ladies and gentlemen. And it's going to be epic, 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 epic. What? What?
Huh. Whoa, wait, what? Huh. Oh, what's this thing on my face? Oh.
What are you doing, Michael?
Oh. I'm sorry, I was just taking a little bit of a snooze. It wasn't because of you, it was just all the hard work I've been doing for the past few weekends. But
really?
It's a nice pillow. I mean, it's good for your eyes. See?
We start a show and you sleeping.
I've been working. I've been trying to get the studio up and ready to go. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, this is the AEW/TCW studio. This is the new studio now. We will be now in this studio more than we are in the other studio, which is vacant, is no more. So this is the new studio. We will now be doing daily and TCW Monday Nitro. So yeah. Well, I don't have the belts hanging up yet, so I've got to get those hung up, and I've been busy.
Okay, Michael. Whatever you have to say. All I want to know is when will Michael Scars show his face? I know he's been a little busy with his friend Mike the Murderer as the tag team new champions of TCW. But where is he at? Is he scared of the Greasy Revolution?
He's actually going to be at the next show. He will. He just informed me he's taking the day off, the week off, a couple weeks off of doing EFED stuff because apparently he is trying to help get TCW up and running and going. He's got like one match this Saturday. That's about it. He's got one little small match here and there, but I digress. He took 2 weeks off. He's getting TCW running. He's busy trying to get a PS4 remote to get it ready for the show so we can get it set up for the fans on the 9th. And so, yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to put my Greasy Revolution title right here in the safe because I don't want no masked men to get it because the masked men are crazy around here. So we're going to get started with the Bound for Glory review. What did you think of the Bound for Glory 2020 epic historic pay-per-view event? Plus, what did you think of Scott D'Amore you seen at the open of the show tonight, thanking the WWE Slam Zone for purchasing Bound for Glory?
I thought it was a good Bound for Glory. I thought it was way better than what Raw and SmackDown gave us that day before the show. But I think Bound for Glory gave us the show of shows. But it was a little shocked to see somebody by the name of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson on Impact Wrestling, but he wasn't there to try to become an Impact wrestler. But I digress. He was trying to be there for Ken Shamrock.
He sure was. And before we get started, Michael, as well, I want to give a big tribute We're going to have a video coming up to the wide-eyed Southern boy, Tracy Smothers. Rest in peace, my friend. We miss you. You were the best wrestler ever, legend. And hopefully he will be in the WWE Hall of Fame one day. He deserves it. That's all I have to say about it, because he's awesome. Wrestler honor. Hashtag wrestler honor, people. Hashtag everybody dies. That's he was the best. Your thoughts on Tracy Smothers? A good memory of yours, Michael. I know you watched Cleveland All Pro back in the day. He was in that back in the day. What is your Tracy Smothers memory?
The only Tracy Smothers memory was when he joined the FBI with the full-blooded Italians. I mean, did a good job with that for a while, and then moved on into Impact Wrestling for a while, and then did a lot of other good indie wrestling stuff back in the day. But yeah, he was a pretty good wrestler.
He sure was. My memory of Tracy Smothers was Cleveland All Pro Wrestling when he had this big, awesome promo talking to Jason Bain, and Claudio Castagnoli is AKA Cesaro. But that was cool. He was telling Cesaro he would give him $5 to turn on Jason Bain. And he did. Actually, Cesaro did turn on Jason Bain in that match. But that was pretty cool. Tracy Smothers, we will miss you. We will have a tribute video coming up with a little dance-off. What, Eric? Are you serious? We're going to have a dance-off competition? Billy Bob versus Michael Miner? Billy Bob versus Michael Miner. It has been confirmed from Eric Young that it will happen, because everybody knows that Tracy Smothers was Billy Bob's favorite wrestler in the world. So there you have it. What do you think of the challenge there, Michael?
Oh boy. I'm somewhat of a good dancer, but I digress.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we will talk about that at the end of the show in the updates. But let's get on with the Bound for Glory review. I will talk about some of the matches. Michael will then talk about some of the matches as well. But let's get started with the pre-show. This was the shortest match on the entire, it wasn't on the regular card, but it was pre-show match. It's just what it was. Michael's favorite team of the Rascals taking on the Deaners in tag team action, ladies and gentlemen. And this is what happened. We had the Deaners connect with a modified assisted side slam on Dez of the Rascals to pick up the first victory and on the biggest stage of the year at Bound for Glory. Michael, what is your thought? Your favorite team, the Rascals, got the loss here, and the Deaners won and beat them.
They are not my favorite. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. He is sitting here lying to you. They're not my favorite team. They suck. They need to leave Impact Wrestling. So, yeah.
So, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, your thoughts on this 3-minute match. I thought it should have been longer, but the pre-show was rushed.
Yeah, I thought so too. I thought it was just plain garbage.
And the Deaners, do you think they will ever get a tag team title shot?
Nope.
I don't either. I really don't see them as champions. So we're going to move on to the next segment that happened in the pre-show. Ken Shamrock's Hall of Fame induction. You had people thanking Ken Shamrock like Mick Foley, like Bret the Hitman Hart, and others thanking Ken Shamrock. But you heard what Michael Miner said just earlier, a few minutes ago. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson inducted Ken Shamrock. I thought, Shamrock's okay to be in the Hall of Fame. Yes, he's their first champion in Impact Wrestling history, but still, I wish it was somebody else. I wish it would be somebody like AJ Styles deserves to be in there. I know he's in WWE and he can't do that, but still, AJ needs to be in the Impact Wrestling Hall of Fame one time at least before he ends his career in wrestling. In my opinion, that needs to happen. But Ken Shamrock, yeah, it's all right, but it should have been to me somebody else, somebody original from the original days, like maybe Jerry Lynn, Sin Shi,
Hmm.
like that. That would be awesome. Slash of the New Church, anybody, Malice of the New Church, even James Mitchell, I would say too. Michael, your thoughts? Ken Shamrock in the Impact Wrestling Hall of Fame. What did you think of the ceremony that uh, Matt Stryker was talking to Ken Shamrock during this? And to me, it should have been somebody else.
Yeah, I thought so too, but it was good to see Ken Shamrock be inducted into the Impact Hall of Fame. Um, don't forget, he was the first person to win the NWA World Championship at the very first episode of Impact Wrestling, TNA Wrestling, before it started, the whole Impact show. They were doing the pay-per-views back in the day. But yeah, it was good to see him win it, become the Impact Wrestling Hall of Fame. I think that's his second one now, I think. Yeah. No, I don't think he got inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame yet because with the pandemic. So yeah.
Yeah, the pandemic has screwed everything up in pro wrestling. But let's move on to the first match of the evening at Bound for Glory. We had Raju defending the TNA Impact Wrestling X Division Championship versus Chris Bay versus Trey Miguel of the Rascals versus TJP versus Jordan Grace versus Big Mac, aka Willie Mack, in a six-way scramble match for the X Division Championship. Michael, this was an incredible match to start off Bound for Glory, but it didn't end well for TJP because TJP had the win here and he connects with the Mamba Splash on Trey of the Rascals, but Rohit capitalized and steals the pin from TJP and retain the X Division Championship. So your winner and still X Division champion, Rohit Raju. And to me, that was my pick, TJP, to win this. He got it stolen, which was crap. Don't like Raju because he's trying to be like a Jinder Mahal or something. I don't know. Your thoughts, Michael, on the six-way scramble match? I'm shocked Jordan Grace didn't get this as well because I thought maybe they were going to do like a Tessa Blanchard type of deal with her or something with the title. It didn't, but Rohit Raju is still your champion. Michael, your thoughts?
Yeah, I think so too. I think it was good to see him with that sneaky tactic. That's what I like about X Division wrestlers. They have that sneaky kind of deal to where you're going to get that win somehow, some way. But yeah, I thought it was a good match. To me, I thought maybe sometimes on scrambles you always get, let's say, if somebody got a first pin, they're the current champion, so on and so forth. But yeah, this was a little different. The only way you win is one pinfall. But I thought maybe to spice it up, you have pin after pin to see who is the current champion, and then just if TJP did that move and all of a sudden Raji comes in 1, 2, 3, time limit's over, and he wins the title, then I wouldn't have seen that part, but seen it actually happen. But I thought it was a good match.
It sure was a great match, but I said before it should have been Ultimate X. It should have been. Will we get Ultimate X, Michael, and Raju? Will he lose? And he'll have to lose the title in Ultimate X. Is that the only way you think he'll lose the title coming up?
Yeah, I think he'll lose the title coming up Turning Point.
I agree, 100%. It's either I want to see that Ultimate X happen at Turning Point on November 14th or at Final Resolution. If we don't get it then I hope to see it at Hard to Kill on January 16th. But we're going to move on to the next thing that happened at Bound for Glory. It was a backstage segment happening with Johnny Bravo backstage with Rosemary, and they all getting prepared for the big wedding that happened last week. And everybody knows that he got shot. Somebody shot Johnny Bravo. Who shot Johnny Bravo? I have no earthly idea who shot Johnny Bravo, but I'll give you my prediction. I think it's Cowboy James Storm, but that's just my little prediction there. I know everybody says, oh, it's Rosemary, it's Tyra Valkyrie. It needs to be somebody coming into Impact Wrestling as a surprise to start a feud, either with Johnny Bravo. Well, I don't know if they're going to make him come back as a zombie or whatever. I don't even know, but we'll have to find out. But I think Cowboy James Storm did it. He's going to turn heel. I mean, we never know. It could be Swoggle. It could be Hornswoggle. You never know. But, ladies and gentlemen, that's what happened last week. We're just going to move on from this. Give Michael's quick thoughts on it. Michael, your thoughts on the whole entire Johnny Bravo getting shot situation. Who shot him, Michael? Do you know?
Just hold on 1 second. Boring. Don't care. Next.
We're going to move on to the Bound for Glory Call Your Shot Gauntlet Battle Royal. And boy, was it an awesome gauntlet, ladies and gentlemen. We had two competitors start the match. Every minute, another one will enter the match. Eliminations only occur by throwing your opponent over the top rope. And then the process will continue until there's only two competitors remaining. The final two will have a singles match. Whoever wins is your winner of the Call Your Shot Gauntlet, and they get to choose whatever shot they want: tag title shot, world title shot, X division, or women's. There were women in this gauntlet. It didn't mean anything though, but your first contestant or entrant was Rhino, and then we had a brand new return, a surprise return from Sheik Abdul Bashir, aka Sean Daivari. Michael, your thoughts on Daivari coming back? Man, he was ready to go. He's still in shape, man.
Yeah, I think so too. I think seeing Daivari back in Impact Wrestling looked really good. He looked really fit. I mean, I think he was ready to go for that X Division title. I wanted to see Daivari win it and go on to face Rajir in at Turning Point, because that would have been an international kind of match between those two, but I didn't like the ending.
We'll get to the ending in just a minute. Your other surprises in the gauntlet were Hornswoggle. Hornswoggle is now in Impact Wrestling. Your thoughts on Hornswoggle? Was this a surprise to you or not?
Hey, Hornswoggle, the guy I had an autograph from last year. I think, yeah, somewhere around here. But yeah, it's good to see Swoggle back in Impact Wrestling. I don't know if he's going to maybe stay for a while, or if they're going to cut him, if they're just bringing him in for like mixed match stuff here and there. Just throw him in for some weird reason, like he did with Brian Myers. Him and Brian Myers, good friends. But yeah, it was funny.
Hornswoggle turned on his buddy Brian Myers, and he's in a feud. He costed Brian Myers even the Halloween street fight last week on Impact. So will we get Brian Myers versus Hornswoggle?
I don't know. We'll have to see.
Man, that's going to be epic. Anyway, your other surprise. This was the biggest surprise in the gauntlet. The Cowboy James Storm makes his return to Impact Wrestling. And guess who predicted that? Guess who predicted that? This guy right here, Fatback Greasy, because I'm good buddies with the Cowboy, because he loves the Greasy Revolution, and he's the best ever. Hashtag beer money. But he made his shocking return in this match. So other contestants in this were Hernandez, Alicia Edwards, Fallah Bahh. And by the way, Hernandez eliminated himself to go after Fallah Bahh, Michael. You good buddies with Hernandez. What was he saying to you?
He wanted his money. I mean, he wanted his money because Fallah Bah stole it out of his reach. So, yeah.
So you had 4 people left in the gauntlet. It came down to Sami Callihan, James Storm, and wait for it, Heath Slater, baby! And Rhino were the last 4 in the match. Sami Callihan eliminated Heath Slater, baby. I was like, no, Slater got eliminated. I'm like, oh no, this is not going to end well. It's not going to end well at all for Heath Slater. Heath Slater got hurt in this match as well. He got like a groin or like a side injury to the stomach or something like that. But anyway, it did. Then Storm got eliminated, and then Sami Callihan came down to Sami Callihan and Rhino, and then Rhino hit the gore on Callihan and scored the win and got his spot secured. And Heath Slater got a contract because Rhino won this match. So, Michael, your thoughts. Rhino is your call your shot winner of this gauntlet. He secured Heath Slater a contract in Impact Wrestling, and they announced that they're going after the tag team championships when Heath Slater gets well. Heath Slater and Rhino, baby! Yes! Yes! Yes!
Just seriously.
Yeah.
Really, Sammy, you could have won this match and you could have helped me get rid of the cancer. You are a disgrace, Sammy. You couldn't get rid of the cancer. Now I have to deal with the cancer. Oh, it's fine because wait till the Royal Rumble for the TCW contract Battle Royal. I think my cancer was set free.
Heath Slater, baby. Yes. Oh my God. Next, Impact Wrestling Tag Team Champions of the World. They're going to beat the North. That's right. It's going to happen. But Heath Slater's got to get healthy first. But, ladies and gentlemen, we will move on to a backstage segment with Gia Miller, which she's not that good of an interviewer. She's not good. I'm telling you, people. But the North was interviewed by Gia Miller, who will compete in the huge Fatal 4-Way Championship match that happened later in the show. It was what it was, saying the North. They said, Ethan Page said, we're going to beat them all. It's that type of promo. So we're going to move on to the unsanctioned, undisclosed location match between EC3 versus Moose. And I thought it was pretty good. It wasn't as good as the Boneyard match, I have to say that. But it was good. It was better than the Firefly Crap House. It was better than all those swamp match. It was better than all that junk. It wasn't as good as Ciampa versus Gargano, I can say that. But this what happened in a warehouse, ladies and gentlemen. It was like in an abandoned warehouse. And they had these people with masks on, with EC3 hoodies on. And we had Moose questions why EC3 was tormenting him. And then EC3 doesn't respond. Moose says he's going to beat the answers out of him. EC3 turns the tide and hits a big exploder Soothplex. And then EC3 tells Moose he's nothing as he sets up for the 1%er. Moose counters and connects with the no jackhammer needed spear. EC3 tells Moose to control his narrative. Moose utters the words, "Thank you," before hitting him over the head with the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. Moose leaves as EC3 followers carry EC3 out of the ring and out of the abandoned warehouse. I was completely shocked when EC3 says, "Control your narrative, Moose." It was like he was passing the torch to Moose. And it was like, Wow, I really thought EC3 was going to win this. It wasn't really a match. It didn't have a referee, but still, EC3, was this the end of EC3, Michael? Because I know you thought EC3 was going to win this and destroy the TNA belt. And you thought I thought EC3 was staying, but I guess he's not. What's your thoughts on the whole entire match? Your thoughts on the cinematic match? Your thoughts on if it's better than what the WWE's cinematic matches are, and your thoughts on the ending as well.
Yeah, I think so. I think this match put on a better match than I can't say the Boneyard match because Boneyard match is still number one in my favorite. This would be a dead tie for first between the Boneyard match and this one. I think to me, if it was for me for this year, for the year-end award, we could do best cinematic match of the year and let the fans choose what they thought was the match of the cinematic match of the year. But I thought it was a good cinematic match. It was really put well together between Moose and EC3. To me, yeah, I think it was a pass of the torch because with EC3 doing a lot of things now with Ring of Honor, I think they have a six-man tag with EC3 and the Briscoe brothers against some Shane Taylor's team on Ring of Honor. So that's maybe one reason why they did that, so he can move on into Ring of Honor. Moose winning this by via knockout, which was really good. I love the ending of it with him walking out with the belt. So now the big thing is what's next for Moose. That's going to be the big question. We saw last week on Impact that he is thinking of coming after the Impact Wrestling World title. We won't tell you who it is, but yeah, I think he might be the next contender left, or maybe down the road, maybe at Turning Point, they could have James Storms against Moose to see if he can prove that he is the rightful owner of the TNA title, and then just do it a unification match and be done with it.
Yeah, that 100% agree on that. So we're going to move on to the next match of the night. It was Eddie Edwards taking on the now Impact Wrestling Hall of Famer Ken Shamrock with Sami Callihan, that is a big loser after losing that gauntlet match. So we had Callihan was holding a baseball bat. Eddie fights him off with a kendo stick. Shamrock capitalized off the distraction with a belly-to-belly suplex from behind. Shamrock locks into the ankle lock, and Eddie Edwards had to submit. And this all happened after Eddie Edwards had a Boston Crab, but Callihan used his phone to turn out the lights, and that allowed the ending to happen the way it did. I just said your winner, Ken Shamrock, defeating Eddie Edwards. Michael, this was a very slow-paced match. I wasn't a big fan of this match. I think this was the worst match of the night. I wasn't a fan of this. Your thoughts, Michael, on Ken Shamrock beating Eddie Edwards?
Yeah, I thought it was just a squash match.
Yeah, it was.
To me, in the whole thing, it was just garbage.
I 100% agree. So we're going to move on to the next thing. World champion Eric Young and challenger Rick Swann were seen preparing for their massive world title clash tonight. We're going to move on to the next match of the night. The Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley, Chris Sabin defending their TNA Impact Wrestling Tag Team Champions of the World, taking on the Good Brothers versus the North of Ethan Page, Josh Alexander versus Ace Austin and Madman Fulton, because he's a madman, people. So this was a four-way tag title match. this was pretty good. But at the beginning of the match, when the guns came out, the North attacked Alex Shelley. Josh Alexander hit this wicked, and I mean wicked, pile driver on Alex Shelley and eliminated him from the match. And the refs and the medics come down there to check on Shelley. Shelley was laid out. He wasn't moving, ladies and gentlemen. And it was bad. Shelley was like, Sabin was upset about what happened. He wanted to be with Shelley, his friend. And the officials and the ref said, well, what are you going to do, Sabin? Sabin said, well, I got to defend the title. Well, Sabin went in the match by himself against all of the other three teams, which didn't help Sabin any. But, Michael, before we get into the ending of this match, what did you think of the North attacking Alex Shelley? To me, that was just a heelish way to do so. They are heels, but I wished Alex Shelley was in this match, but it still was a great, great match. But your thoughts?
Yeah, I thought so too. I thought it was a great match, but man, seeing that devastating pile driver, I mean, I'm surprised that pile driver isn't banned from professional wrestling yet. I mean, that move, you put somebody in that move and hit that on either concrete or the stage, that would like paralyze you from neck down really bad. But I think to me it's starting a feud between the machine guns and them going into turning point somehow, or just have to see where that goes. But man, I just hope Alex is okay. Chris Sabin go in there like a champ. I thought, to me, if it was me, I thought maybe there would have been a surprise. I thought maybe Chris Sabin can't go on. He needs a partner. All of a sudden, sorry about Joe damn luck. Here comes James Storm. And then that would have been interesting to see. But because that's what I was waiting for. I was like, ooh, okay. I'm sitting here in my seat like, okay, here comes James Storm. He's going to be the partner for Chris Sabin, because those two were good friends. After that feud between them and more machine guns and beer money, and I was like, okay, here we go, and then just nothing. I'm like, oh, really? So I was like, but yeah, it was a good match. But that devastating pile driver, I'm surprised that, I don't know why James Alexander, you stole that movie from Jay Briscoe. Jay Briscoe does the Jay Driller, and it looked exactly the same way he did it.
Yeah, I wish there was a surprise too. I was sitting there waiting as well. But let's move on to what happened at the end of the match. You had Doc Gallows clotheslines Fulton over the top, rope to the floor, and Chris Sabin tags himself into the match and soars over the top rope to the floor. Karl Anderson counters a top rope crossbody from Sabin into a pinning predicament for two. Alexander counters the Magic Killer from the Good Brothers, but Ethan Page hits Anderson over the head with the belt, allowing Alexander to score the pin. The North stole the match and are your new tag team champions of the world. Michael, what is your thoughts on the ending of this match? You thought Gallows and Anderson was going to win, but I guess you're somewhat happy about the North winning because you like the North as well. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I think I was excited to see the North win. I mean, now two-time Impact Wrestling Tag Champions. I mean, they proved it. They said what they said on the mic. They said backstage that they were going to ruin their 19th day or something for the Motor City Machine Guns, and it proved right there in the ring. But yeah, congrats to them. I thought my boys, the Good Brothers, were going to win it, but I'm still happy that the North won it, because I think they were somewhat of my second pick to win it. But it was good to see that happen.
That's right. So, how long do you think the North is going to keep the titles in their second reign? Do you think it's going to be longer than their first one, or do you think it's going to come down to them losing it to Gallows and Anderson very soon?
I think so. I think it's going to come down to losing it against Gallows and Anderson, and then go from there. But yeah, I think the North is going to lose it, and maybe see a surprise seeing the North in AEW. But I will just have to see how that goes.
I tell you, this is my pick on who they're going to lose to. They're going to lose the tag team champions to Heath Slater and Ryder, baby. Boom.
No, I do not want to see that happen.
Yes. But we're going to move on to the Impact Wrestling Knockouts Championship match. A lot of controversy happened during this match, and a lot of breaking news that I'm going to let Michael Miner talk about, because he sent me that breaking news. Just happened about a day ago, but we'll talk about that in just a minute, because Deonna Purrazzo came out, Michael, and we had her in the ring, and then all of a sudden Kylie Rae's music did play. But where was Kylie Rae? We didn't see Kylie Rae. She never came down to the ring to have her number one contenders match against Deonna Purrazzo. But it didn't happen. So all of a sudden, Deonna Purrazzo got on the mic and said, well, Kylie's not here, so I'm going to have an open challenge to anybody in the back that will want to face me for my Knockouts Championship. And then all of a sudden we get a surprise, which I called it. I thought it was going to happen at Turning Point, but with the situation going on, I guess they decided to go, hey, we're doing it early. So I called it. I said Susie wasn't going to come back, but Su Yung was. Su Yung came into this match and faced Deonna Purrazzo for the Knockouts Championship. So before we get into what happened in the match, Michael, go ahead and tell the breaking news on what the issue in this controversy involving Kylie Rae.
Yeah, I think what really happened backstage, there was some backstage controversy with Kylie Rae. She didn't show up to the show. Apparently, she was saying that she was done with wrestling. Kylie Rae announced her retirement just before even the show even happened. Seeing Kylie Rae leave Impact Wrestling and then announce her retirement, that she was done with wrestling. I had to do something with backstage politics stuff. But, yeah, it was hard to see her go, but it's time to move on.
Yeah, I have to agree. Your thoughts Su Yung returning to Impact Wrestling?
I knew that was going to happen. I knew some way, somehow, Su Yung was going to return back to Impact, because with the whole thing that when she lost the match, I predicted it was going to happen very, very soon, and it actually happened.
It sure did. Purrazzo hit a trifecta of German suplexes before exchanging strikes with the Undead Bride in the middle of the ring. Sue launches herself off the apron, crashing into the champion on the floor. Sue connects with a pedigree for a very close near fall. Sue puts on the bloody glove, leading to a flurry that takes out the referee. Sue has Purrazzo pinned 4-3, but the referee is out. From behind, Kim hit Sue in the back with a steel chair, Kimberly. They tried to break her arm like they did to Susie, but Sue fights out of it. Sue takes out Kim and with the poison mist. Sue hits the panic switch to defeat Purrazzo and become your new Knockouts Impact Wrestling Champion of the World. Su Yung is your new champion. The Knockouts I will get to that in a minute. So yeah, your winner, Su Yung, new Knockouts champion. Michael, your thoughts on Su Yung becoming the new Impact Wrestling champion, Knockouts champion?
Yeah, I thought it was good to see her win the Impact Wrestling World Championship. But if you guys really want to know, this is what I found on the website. Kylie Ray has broken her silence after missing Impact Wrestling Bound for Glory pay-per-view. In an update to fans on her Patreon page, Kylie Ray announced she is currently unwell and is no longer a professional wrestler. She did this. Good morning. I'm truly sorry for the pain I've caused and miscommunication. I'm currently unwell. I am also sorry that I wasn't able to get this out before your monthly subscription charge. I wanted to take this time to say I am no longer a professional wrestler and am currently taking a break from social media. It's been a very hard decision to make, but please understand, when I'm well, I will try to fulfill any obligations that have missed. During this time, most tiers will not be able to be fulfilled. Please feel free to unsubscribe from this membership and yada yada. Kylie Ray was scheduled to face Deonna Purrazzo at last month's Bound for Glory pay-per-view, but was absent due to unknown circumstances. So they pretty much replaced her with her. I thought seeing her leave like that was a little miscommunication. She should have let them know ahead of time before the pay-per-view. Then they would have, announced it on the pre-show. Hey, Kylie Ray is not going to be able to wrestle due to circumstances. So the replacement is a mystery opponent, and then she would have came out and said who's this mystery person is, and then all of a sudden Su Young's music hits, and then that would have been it. But yeah, good match. It was good to see Su Young back as the bride, the undead bride. That's the way I wanted to see her come out, not this whole high gimmick thing. It was getting pathetic. Seeing her that way, but now as Su Young, I can't wait to see what she's going to do next.
Hi, I'm Fatback.
Yeah. Good job for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to move on to the not big announcement, Michael, of the Knockouts Tag Team Championships returning on January 16th at Hard to Kill live on pay-per-view. This was an awesome announcement. There will be like a tournament happening in 2 weeks on Impact to happen. The finals will happen at Hard to Kill. But this was awesome. The Knockouts Tag Team Championships are back. I am so happy they're back. It's a great new design. It's not the old design they had. It's awesome design now. But the thing is, though, why can't the rightful longest reigning women's tag team champions of the world be able to defend the titles, Michael? Because they never lost their titles, and that's Eric Young and ODB. So my thinking, why can't they defend their titles? But that's another story on another day, I guess. But like I said, new tournament is going to happen in about 2 weeks. We will see who is in the tournament. You seen last week on Impact where Alicia Edwards and Jordan Gray tried to be a tag team. They had a match against Austin Fields and Terry Hogan, brother. But that didn't work out with, I don't know what they're going to do with Alicia and Jordan Grace, find new partners, I guess. I don't know. Michael, your thoughts. Impact Wrestling Knockout Tag Championships are back. And what do you think? Eric Young and ODB should be able to defend their titles.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's good to see the Impact Wrestling women's tag titles back. The titles look really better than they were before. I think when I saw the design, it looks a little bit like the Impact Knockouts Championship, but it's a little different than it was. But it's good to see that back. Can't wait to see who's going to be in the tournament. But I wish it was ODB and Eric Young defending their belts because they never lost. But with Eric Young moving on to different, better things, and ODB, I think she stopped wrestling for a while. but I think because with her having a kid or some deal, but we'll just have to see what this is going to be. If my pick is going to be Tasha Steelz and Kiera Hogan winning the whole tournament and becoming the TNA Women's Tag Team Champions, because to me they're my favorite to win it. And so but Eddie Edwards' wife and Jordan Grace, nope, don't want to see that.
This is I'm going to pick. I hope it happens, Michael. I want Madison Rayne, the hot fry of Impact Wrestling, teaming up with Tenille Dashwood and become the Knockouts tag champions at Hard to Kill. I want to see Madison back. I do. I know she said she's tired, but I just think about it. Her and Tenille Dashwood as a tag team. That could be epic. That could be almost up there with Madison and Tara, aka Victoria. That would be a heel team to win the Knockouts title, because you got to say this: Madison Rayne did put a lot of pull to try to bring these titles back into Impact Wrestling. So I think she deserves at least to be a tag team champion at least one more time.
Yeah, I think so too.
So there will have a tournament. We will cover that as the future holds for that going into Hard to Kill. But, ladies and gentlemen, we will go on to the main event of the evening. Hold on, what? What, Eric? What?
Come on, Eric. We got to do it. We have to do it.
You don't
I know what happened. I know what happened, brother. You're going to have to do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Michael, he says he don't want to even talk about it. He don't want to hear about it. But hey, Eric, I know you'll get your just. I'll talk to Scott D'Amore. I know Scott D'Amore. Yeah, I'll talk to him for you. No problem. No problem. I'll talk to him. I'll tweet him. I'll take care of it. You know, you've seen him at the top of the show giving us thank you. Yeah. All right. Well, okay. I got it. Eric says if I can take care of it, we can talk about it. So, ladies and gentlemen, Eric Young defends the Impact World TNA World Championship, not the TNA World Championship, Impact Wrestling World Championship against Rich Swann in this epic match. I'm going to say this. This match told a great story. It told a better story than Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. I'm going to say it. They did. Better match to me. And I love the match. I just didn't love the ending. I know I just didn't care for the ending. But this is what happened at the end. Eric Young hit a top rope wheelbarrow neck breaker on Swann. That was wicked. That was the best move of the match. But Swann got up and he followed up and hit Eric Young with the neck of Swann, attacks the neck of Swann, never mind. Hit a neck breaker off the top rope. Then Swann picks him up off the second rope, then follows up with a huge frog splash for 2. Young bites the face of Swann, followed by a top rope elbow drop right onto the neck of Swann by Eric Young. Swann builds the momentum with a head spring cutter, followed by the Phoenix Splash from the top rope to win the match and become your new Impact World's Heavyweight Championship of the world. Your winner, Rich Swann, shocked the entire pro wrestling world. I was like, Eric, move. Eric, why didn't you move? You was knocked out. Well, you could have still moved. Oh, anyway, after the match, the locker room emptied to celebrate with Rich Swann, and then Bound for Glory then goes off the air with Rich Swann held up in the air with the title. And I was upset Eric Young lost. Then last week, he wanted his rematch, and he backfired again. Rich Swann beat Eric Young last week on Impact to still retain. And I'm mad about it. I know Michael Miner, he's all happy about this. So go ahead, Michael. Give us your thoughts on your boy, Rich Swann, Impact Wrestling Champion. To me, it wasn't the fight.
Sorry, I had to do it, ladies and gentlemen. The man, he did it. The underdog did it. Rich Swann, your new Impact Wrestling World's Heavyweight Champion. I predicted it to happen. I predicted the match to happen. I cannot wait to see what they're going to do with Rich Swann. I think last week I heard he got attacked by some people, but yeah, I'm happy he's the champ now. I feel real good that he's the champion, and yeah, I can't wait to see what happens next.
Come on, Michael.
I had to do the celebration. I mean,
I'm sorry. It's not Rich Swann's time. It's just that was a bad call. It's like, really? Eric Young had a short reign. I know, Eric. It was the shortest reign ever. You'll get it back. Don't worry. We'll get it back. I'll talk to Demore. I'm good. You know I'm good buddies with him. Yeah. I'll get it happen. But, ladies and gentlemen, that ended Bound for Glory on this historic night for Impact Wrestling. Bound for Glory was awesome. All I have to say, there was only one bad match. Eddie Edwards versus Ken Shamrock, worst match of the night. I'm going to say, man, it's a toss-up between the main event, the tag title match, and the X Division match. The gauntlet was good. Everything was good, but, man, I think I have to give it to the Fatal 4-Way tag title match to be match of the night. My second match of the night would have to be the X Division match, and those are my two matches of the night. But the main event was good too. But I call that a great storytelling match. It was an awesome match, but it was good storytelling in my point of view. To me, it's better than the Roman J storytelling. But anyway, that's my thoughts. I'm going to give Bound for Glory a 9 out of 10 from Fatback Greasy, because I'm knocking a point off because of the Edwards versus Shamrock match. It wasn't Edwards' fault. It's just Ken Shamrock doesn't have it anymore. But that's my thoughts on Bound for Glory 2020. I enjoyed it. I can't wait for Turning Point and Final Resolution concluding the 2020 calendar. And I can't wait for a Hard to Kill live on pay-per-view January 16th, Saturday. It's going to be an amazing night as well. Michael, your thoughts on Bound for Glory, your conclusion on your thoughts, your what your rating is, and what your matches of the night. I'll go ahead and let you take that away right now.
All right. Well, my final thoughts on Bound for Glory. I thought it was a good pay-per-view. It was the best pay-per-view, better than what Hell in a Cell brought us with that whole crap stuff. My match tonight will still always be the underdog match. Rich Swann becoming the Impact Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion. I'm glad that he is the champion now. I can't wait to see what his what they have more for him in the near future. But congratulations to Rich Swann. I hope you have a good celebration with the title. I will give it a 9 out of 10, the same thing, because I wasn't much of a big fan of the Ken Shamrock Eddie Edwards match. We already knew he was going to lose. Eddie was going to lose that match. So, yeah, that's my final thoughts of Bound for Glory. Good show.
It was a great show. I can't wait. What is your feud before we end it? What is your favorite feud you're looking forward to going into either turning point? And what do you think is going to happen to Hard to Kill before we end the Bound for Glory discussion?
I can see the Eddie Edwards, or I can see the Rich Swann deal with Eric Young. But I can see him without contenders coming after the title at Turning Point. Give him that underdog kind of deal where he's now the target. He's got a target on his back. I mean, he's got the likes of Sammy Callahan. He's got the likes of he's got Eric Young. He's got Ken Shamrock. He's got guys like Moose, so on and so forth. But I'll have to see what it goes. We got Rozier. He's got the X Division title. He can go for option C. But we'll just have to see. But I think with that option C, I think they're going to wait till Destination X for him to cash it in. But yeah, I can't wait to see what the feuds are going to go on. Tag team wise, I can see the Good Brothers going after the North for the tag titles, because that'll give the Motor City Machine Guns a little break, because with Alex Shelley on the injury list. We go see what happens with that. The Impact X Division match, I can see something happening with that. Maybe a Turning Point. The Ultimate X match might return. We don't know yet. We'll just have to see how that goes. Knockouts, I can see Purrazzo and Su Yung going at it for a while, and then see what happens after that. I think that's about it. I don't care about what's going to happen with the investigation for the who shot Johnny Bravo deal crap. I don't care what they're going to do with Heath Slater and Rhino. I just don't care about those two things. But those are my final, what I think is going to happen, the fallout from Bound for Glory.
That's awesome, Michael. We're going to move on to the updates, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk about the updates. I'll bring Michael back in just a minute. Thank you, Eric. I want to talk about some updates coming to WWE Slam Zone. Like I said, we're going to have the Impact review coming up. We have the announcement of Michael Scars returning. Thank goodness, because I have a bone to pick with Michael Scars. He has not wanted to show his face. He's scared of Fatback Greasy. That's exactly what Michael Scars' problem is. He's going and facing all these matches he's in. He's TCW. He's all involved with trying to be the tag champions of TCW, where he's scared to face Fatback Greasy one more time, which I never lost at New Year's resolution. I never did, and we're going to find out in the next show what Judge Orville has to say about that situation. So we will find out. You all will find out what's going to happen soon between Fatback Greasy and Michael Scars, the feud of the century, Greasy versus Scars 2. That will happen very soon, and you can't want to miss that. Asylum series will be returning, or will be debuting. I'm sorry, won't be returning. We never started it. So we're going to start that very soon. We're going to have other Impact Wrestling content coming at you very, very, very soon. We might talk about some NXT here or there. NXT hasn't been too good lately, but Halloween Havoc was actually decent. I wouldn't say the best, but it was decent. We're not going to talk about that show, but my guy, my best buddy, Johnny B. Wrestling, is a two-time North American champion, and I'm so happy about it. It's a little too late, but it is what it is. We had the Grand Reaper help him win the title. We don't know who the Grand Reaper is. I believe it could be somebody debuting, maybe somebody, I don't know, maybe somebody cool to help Johnny B. Wrestling. But we'll get to that later. I don't know. It might be a separate video. I have no earthly idea. NXT it ain't what it was like it used to be. So that's why you're seeing a lot of Impact Wrestling content on here. So stay tuned for more upcoming news right here on the WWE Slam Zone with Impact Wrestling Slam Zone right here on this channel. So if everybody's wondering where is all the Impact Wrestling content, it's on WWE Slam Zone, but it's at the Impact Wrestling Slam Zone. So tune in. It's on a sidebar. We're going to put every playlist Impact Wrestling video on a playlist down below on our homepage. So please go and subscribe because you do not want to miss anything that's happening right here at the WWE Slam Zone featuring the Impact Wrestling Slam Zone. So hit that notification bell to let everybody know, let you know when we have a brand new video. Please go subscribe to our other sponsor, GTM Productions 21. I heard they got some brand new videos coming this month. Walt Disney World videos that you don't want to miss. I heard the Country Bear Jamboree is going to air on the GTM Productions 21 channel. A POV of the ride of Splash Mountain. And there's going to be more other videos to come on that channel. So don't miss it. GTM Productions 21. Hit that notification bell. Hit that subscribe button. Also, please go follow us on Twitter at WWE Slam Zone and follow us on Instagram, WWE Slam Zone on Instagram as well. All this upcoming content is coming at you right here. Impact Wrestling fans, you will love the content that's coming to the channel. So, Eric, can we bring Michael back in?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, updates on TCW Monday Nitro and so on and so forth. I know a lot of you guys haven't got much content on the YouTube channel because we have now went over to Twitch because with the whole copyrighted issues, we're moving over to Twitch with TCW Monday Nitro. I will throw up an episode. Maybe I'll just cut off the intro so we don't get copyrighted issues. TCW Monday Nitro will debut its very first episode after an amazing United States Championship tournament won by the Predator. That 6'8" monster is a beast. Updates real quick. We have a superstar update on Drift. Drift sustained injury to his neck. He will be out for a couple weeks, but I've heard words that he will be there for TCW Monday Nitro. He will get his revenge on the Predator very soon. I cannot wait for TCW. But TCW Monday Nitro will debut on Monday, November 9th at 5 p.m. Central Time. I'll also let you know we will be starting up a Patreon very, very soon. But one of the tiers is you're going to get all the TCW podcasts. Yes, we're going to have a TCW Monday Nitro podcast where we will talk about what happened after the show went off the air. We'll also have, in our second tier, we'll have the podcast, and you will get Thunder. Yes, Thursday Night Thunder. It's just a little throw-up show that I created for that. I'll also leave in the description here on this video that TCW has a website. Yes, tcwcawfed.weebly.com. Go check out the site. It's in progress. We're fixing it up a little bit here and there. We've got the About page. You can go see the title histories that I have on there. We have results where we have the results of what's going to be coming up pretty soon for the pay-per-view for the show. I just want to let you guys know at the end of November, we will have TCW Presents Rebellion live on pay-per-view for the first time ever in TCW history. I cannot wait for that. We have a Twitter account, TCW Call Fed 33. Go check that out. I will be posting up results during the show. Like my good friend Psycho Bob Jax, a good friend of mine. Now, I didn't take his TCW, so don't think I took Twitch Championship Wrestling. That's his baby. That's his creation. Mine is Traditional Championship Wrestling. I hope to see you guys there. We also have an Instagram with TCW Network. Yes, TCW Network will be for $9.99. No, I won't do that to you guys. You guys will enjoy that, but we will get that set up very soon for you guys so you can subscribe to the TCW Network. It's going to be amazing. I cannot wait. TCW, the best wrestling on this show. I really want to thank a few people. I want to thank Brian Mead. I want to thank Steve FBXW Gamble. Why I'm thanking those two guys, those two big, talented guys. When they brought me to HKW, when they brought me to FBXW, I've been a big fan of Coffeds. Also to a good friend of mine over at YTWE 18 Plus. They were I got into Coffed and I thought I just started TCW for you guys. I know you guys saw it's still on my YouTube channel, the two or three episodes of Monday Night and Thursday Night Explosion, but from the bottom of my heart, thank you. I hope to see you guys on the Twitch channel for TCW Monday Nitro for the big debut episode this Monday, November 9th. We will have a pre-show just before it. We'll just have like a season premiere episode of TCW Monday Nitro. Get ready because TCW is going to be the best. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you to the WWE Slam Zone / now TNA Wrestling Fan Zone. Thank you guys. I can't say anymore. Fatback, you got to come back on here. I can't say no more. I mean, thank you. Thank you so much for you guys being there for me for TCW. We will have a new remote. I apologize. We will have a little delay on the episode, but you will get it on the 9th because I don't have the controller right now because it's broke and I need to get a new one. So thank you so much. But Fatback, take it away for the end of the night.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. CW on an amazing return and a great success over at Twitch. It's awesome. I'm a part of it as well. Thank you, Michael Miner, for allowing the Greasy Revolution to take over TCW as well. I'm not so sure about your decision on that hillbilly Billy Bob, but that's another story. All he cares about is power all the time, and I don't get it. I don't understand it.
NWA is dead. I don't know why he thinks about NWA power. It's dead. It's gone. If you want to see NWA, go over to UWA. They're doing NWA stuff right now, and so is Dynamite. They had a NWA women's title match. Congratulations, Serena Deeb, your new NWA women's champion. But yeah, that's about for her.
Yeah, don't get it at all. But I just got word from Eric Young before we get off the air that at our next free preview at Revolution, where I do take on Michael Scars for that podcast champion if he has the guts to put that belt on the line. But I heard before Revolution, I heard that Big Red will have an update. Everybody knows he's got kidnapped from the Masked Man. We don't know where Big Red's at. I heard he's got a live feed. He's getting a live feed set up, and the Masked Man's gone or something. So we'll have to see what's going on at the next show. You will hear from Big Red himself. So Big Red will return, hopefully, is what we're hearing. If he can get out of there, I don't know who could save him. But Michael, your thoughts? Big Red returning? Who's going to help him? Who's going to get him out of there? Is the Masked Man going to hold him hostage like Little Red?
I don't know. I mean, maybe I can send the 6'8" monster Predator to this Slam Zone to help you guys out. I mean, he's a big 6'8" monster. He can just take those masked men and throw them like he did with Drift. If you knew about the whole injury, he's sustained a neck injury. He will be back next in Tuesday or on Monday for the Monday Night Nitro. So yeah, that 6'8" monster, oof, he would take the masked men and just crush him in 2 seconds.
So that's what I hear, ladies and gentlemen. Big Red will have something to say on the next episode of that's going to happen with Impact Wrestling Reviews. So check out that, the return of Michael Scars as well on the Impact Wrestling Review. But all in all, that concluded tonight's Bound for Glory review right here at the Impact Wrestling Slam Zone. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, that notification bell. Comment down below. Tell us what you thought of Bound for Glory 2020. I would like to know what your thoughts is. Michael Miner will love to know your thoughts. But let's get one, Eric. I know we're running out of time, but we got to get out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Your King of England champion, your leader of the Greasy Revolution, and your Greasy Revolution United Kingdom champion of the world is out of here. I hope everybody has a blessed night. I hope everybody stays safe out there and everything like that this coming weekend, this coming week and weekend. And we'll see everybody on the next show. So, ladies and gentlemen, before we do get out of here, rest in peace, my good buddy, Tracy Smothers. You're in our thoughts. Your family's in our thoughts and prayers. So thank you, Tracy Smothers, for being the legend that you are in pro wrestling. But we got to get out of here. Eric Young, play my music.
Thanks for watching the TNA Wrestling Fan Zone. Stay tuned next week for more fun, action, entertainment. Brought to you by GTN Productions. Be breezy.
That's why he hit him top, like he belong there. And when he taking off, it's like he own air. Trying to hide now. Whoa!